Hello, hello, welcome back to the Great Ace Attorney Chronicles, Episode 2. I'm your host, Level 1 Slime. Let's begin, shall we? Yes. Witness, state your name and occupation for the court, please. Of course, my name is Satoru Hosonoga. I am the head waiter at a Western-style restaurant called La Carnival. Oh gosh, she's bleeding. Are you alright? You seem to be coughing up some, Pay it no mind. Oh. It's a regular occurrence. It really doesn't bother me. Well, it really should. As everyone knows, the capital's southeastern quarter was developed for foreign visitors some years ago. It's become a very fashionable district now, full of hotels to accommodate overseas guests. This grim crime occurred in one of the district's so-called restaurants, an Occidental eatery 3 days ago. Occidental? Wow, fancy word. Understood, Hosonoga-san. You will kindly tell the court everything you can about the incident. At once, sir. And no petty interjections from the aspiring lawyer boy, please. Oh, perspiring maybe, but aspiring? It was just after 2 p.m. on the day in question. We have a few diners at that time of day. The lunchtime rush was over, and there was only 3 tables still occupied. That fits in with my memory of it too. There was hardly anyone else in the place. It was when I was in the kitchen putting away crockery and cutlery. Bang. A gunshot rang out, so I hurried out to the dining area to see what had happened. I found the victim. He didn't even touch his steak, an English gentleman slumped in his chair. And standing immediately beside him, gun in hand, was the accused university student. Hold on! Let me just clarify something here. While I did pick up the gun that I found lying on the floor beside the professor, I didn't shoot him. Nigiyari. I believe I asked you to refrain from petty interjections. The court wishes to listen to the witness's report of what he saw. You amateur! But the next time you interrupt at an inappropriate time, you will be penalized, defendant Naruhodo. Penalized. Don't worry, Rinosuke. You'll have your chance to fight back. For now, we must quietly listen to the witness. If I may confirm one point, waiter. Standing beside the victim, with a gun in his hand, was the same man we see here in court today. Yes, without question. I see. And apart from the accused, was there anyone else standing beside the victim? No. There was no one else around the table but the deceased Englishman and the university student. Huh? Wait, what did he just say? There was no one else around the table. What's the matter, Rinosuke? That's just not right. When I went over to Dr. Wilson to say hello... Oh. There was a woman sitting opposite him at his table. Really? And that's not something the waiter could have missed. I've been warned about interjecting, but still, what should I do? He said don't do it, so I'm not gonna do it. We'll just wait for his testing when we need it to be over. I desperately want to say something, but I was told not to interject. I'm a good boy. Rinosuke. If your parents tell you to study, you're the kind of man who will diligently get to work, wouldn't you? No, not really. I suppose I am. I'd never have got into Yume University otherwise. But you can't just always follow the rules in life, you know. I know. If you don't say what you want to say right now, you'll seriously regret it when you're found guilty. I mean, we're not cross-examining him yet or anything, or what? Alright, you scared me. I won't forget that piece of advice in a hurry. And there is something I want to say. I'm just going to shut my eyes and say it. Okay, guess we should interject. Just a moment, please. Dr. Wilson wasn't alone that day. I'm sure of it. There was a lady sitting with him at the same table. Dear me. What are we going to do with you? With your blatant disregard for court proceedings, I'm beginning to wonder if you're not a fraud. Could it be that the accused, this mere student, is not a real lawyer after all? But I'm sure of what I saw. Hosonoga-san, is there any chance you're mistaken? Perhaps your memory of events is hazy. No. The deceased gentleman came to dine alone. Oh, he's hiding something. I don't believe it. Kafka. Oh gosh. I actually have a rough plan of the restaurant as it was that day. Please, have a look if you'd like to. Oh, fancy on a napkin. Let me see. Ah, a sketch of the establishment's layout drawn by yourself, I presume. That's right. I'm afraid I used the back of my business card. It was a turbulent situation. Oh, his business card, not his napkin. However, as you can see, the gentleman in question was seated alone. Well, you're clearly a very conscientious waiter. I thank you. Oh, thank you, sir. The court will take this plan and add it to the court record as evidence. Oh, well... Is there a problem? Hand the plan to the court officer at once. Of course, here you are. What was that about? He's been completely calm and collected until now. Oh gosh. Something certainly seems to have shaken him. The waiter's business card has been entered into the court record. I think that's a hint that I should check out that card right now. So, the court has now heard a precious I don't know how to say that word. Of a case. Yes, at the moment the gunshot was heard in the restaurant, but before we go on, let's take a look. The head waiter's business card, a sketch of the restaurant's layout is on the back. Examine. Okay, that's the kitchen, the entrance. And then here's the dining area. Okay. I don't think we need a map. Can we look at the back? No. I gotta, hold on, let me try touching things. Yeah, turn around. I want to look at this business card. Or maybe there's something wrong with the layout. Okay. Alright. Alright, let's keep going then. Blah, blah, blah. The only person in close proximity to the victim was a defendant on trial today. It would seem we are looking at a black and white case here. Huh? Defendant Naruhodo? Oh. Yes, Your Excellency? If you admit your guilt at this stage, the court is willing to look mercifully upon you. In other words, you may have some small reprieve in terms of your inevitable punishment. I called this waiter as an unsworn witness in order to explain the details of the case to the court. But I must warn the defense, if you are determined to pursue matters further in this trial. The prosecution has decisive evidence from sworn witnesses who were present at the scene of the crime. What do you think I should do, Kazuma? I'm scared. I'm just a baby. What do you mean? Well, I'm going to be found guilty one way or another, it seems. Wouldn't it be sensible to plead guilty at this stage and hope for a more lenient sentence? Everyone keeps telling me that this trial is unusual, about these peculiarities. You said it, Professor Mikotoba said it, and So is the judge and the prosecution. Everybody's against me. I'm scared of what lies ahead if I push this. As I said from the outset, I believe you're innocent. I trust you. And yet, despite knowing that, you're willing now to throw that trust back in my face? Is that it? What? If the accused is in fact innocent, then the defense lawyer is duty-bound to prove that innocence by whatever means necessary, even if I gotta cut a guy. Are you just going to abandon that duty? Are you going to give up on yourself? The battle hasn't even begun yet, Ryunosuke. Oh. Doki doki. The defense pleads not guilty, Your Excellency. We invite the prosecution to stop making empty threats and bring out its witnesses. Post haste. Then we'll see just how decisive this evidence really is. Oh, doki doki. Oh, he's even scared, Aouchi. Indeed. Prosecutor Aouchi, please continue with proceedings.
Well, you were warned. The young can be so reckless. You know, many call me a saint, but I can be a devil when I want to be. In a few short moments from now, I'm gonna show my horns. That dumbstruck young mouth of yours will be silenced. Forever. The prosecution calls its next witnesses.
Very well, officer. Bring forth the witnesses at once. Oh gosh, it's Thumbelina.
Witnesses, kindly state your name and occupations for the court.
Oh man, Yes, sir. The Great Nippon Imperial Army Sergeant Ayesanosa, reporting for duty, sir. Ayesanosa. I love that name. Oh gosh.
Myself, I find employed as a purveyor of the fine articles of antiquity from the efflorescence of our nation, Nippon, and conduct my trade from the Rasute, a humble premises in the second district, Curio Korakuda, at your service.
Oh gosh, these voices. An antique dealer and a soldier. What an unusual pairing.
Both of these gentlemen were present at the restaurant on the day in question.
They must be the diners at the other table that the waiter mentioned.
Myself, I habitually take tea of the most exquisite aroma at the establishment in question, always post-noon. And not infrequently converse with interested parties regarding the curios with which I make my business.
That's called soliciting. That's not allowed, sir. I can't understand a word that old man is saying. He's an antique dealer, and it sounds like he's a regular at La Carnival. He seeks out potential customers who may have an interest in antiques and tries to sell his wares to them. He obviously targets La Carnival because it's a high-class restaurant with rich clientele. Right, I see. Although, to be honest, that sergeant looks more like he'd be a seller rather than a buyer.
Now, you both witnessed the precise moment of this atrocious incident. Is that correct?
Affirmative. The enemy unit was seen attacking the foreigner in what can only be described as an act of war, sir. It was that black uniformed rogue... What, is that a baby noise? Uniformed rogue infantryman over there who unloaded his firearm, sir. Sorry, that kind of threw me for a loop. This man's impossible to understand as the other. But I'm almost sure I heard... Oh, okay, so you heard it too, Ryunosuke. But I'm almost sure I heard a strange noise during that last thing he said. So, this is the decisive evidence the prosecution was threatening. I guess it's true then. The soldier is claiming that he actually saw the oh my god. The precise moment you shot the victim dead. Precis and precise without the E.
Yes.
Well, are you starting to feel uncomfortable? If I'm honest, I was feeling uncomfortable from the start, yeah. Now, the court will hear your formal testimony, please. You will state everything you saw at the precious moment that the incident occurred. Yes, sir. Sir, yes, sir. Standing by, ready to report, sir. Every time he lies, does the baby sound play?
Unsavory memories of a most acerbic afternoon. Acerbic.
Witness testimony. What the witnesses saw. Oh gosh, here we go. I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant while having a tactical discussion with the old man.
Myself, I was extolling the virtues of a particularly fine golden curio to the military gentleman.
At that precise moment, a firearm was discharged. I observed the enemy's actions with my own eyes, so he did not see it. Maybe. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian. So he didn't lie because the baby sound didn't play? And from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Wait a minute. He got shot in the front.
I was on my hands.
What are you doing down there, sir?
I was on my hands and knees investigating the whereabouts of my mysteriously absconded precious curio.
He's under the table? Well, so you, Sergeant Nosa, actually witnessed the vital moment. You saw the split second when the defendant fired the weapon at the victim. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. That wicked university cadet, sir. The cruel and unforgivable enemy. Oh gosh, he has a knife. What's going on?
What times we live in when an English gentleman may be assailed in the broad light of day. No less with a gun and not this fancy knife.
But this is ridiculous. I didn't shoot anyone. Is that really true, Ryunosuke? Yes, all I did was pick up the gun I saw lying on the floor. Maybe the English gentleman dropped it. After I said hello to Dr. Wilson, I went back to my table and sat drinking some coffee, taking in this Western-style restaurant atmosphere. Then, when I'd finished, I got up from my seat to leave the restaurant, when I noticed an English-made gun next to the chair where the professor was sitting. Oh. I thought perhaps the professor had dropped it. So I bent down. Did you not see the professor sitting next to the gun? What? You just saw the gun and went down? So I bent down, and just as I was picking it up, bang. Well, if that's the truth, there was obviously a criminal on the scene somewhere. And somewhere in these two witnesses' testimonies, there's a clue as to who the criminal was. There is? It's that old guy. He sniped him from under the table. Ryunosuke, you must exercise your right to cross-examine the witnesses. Cross-examine? Do it now!
As we have heard, Your Excellency, there is no room for doubt in the testimony of these witnesses. The defendant is clearly guilty. It is time to bring the despicable student to justice.
Certainly, the testimonies the court has just heard eliminates any vestige of doubt. I guess if you take it at face value, sir. Therefore, it is my grave duty to declare the verdict of this trial. What in the name of the Emperor is the meaning of this outburst? The defense demands its right to a cross-examination. Oh, no one's done that in the millennias.
Dear me. Let me guess. The Hachimaki headband boy next door told me to do it. How pathetic.
Huh? How did he know?
The prosecution objects. This is a clear waste of time. The defendant obviously has no experience. How can he possibly carry out a cross-examination?
Nigiari. The defense is asserting its right to a cross-examination. Whether or not you think he's capable of it is irrelevant. Ooh. Gulp? Kazuma's so commanding. Doki doki. That's it? Very well. I was moved by that too. Let the defense conduct cross-examination of the witness. Alright, this is where the battle really begins, Ryunosuke. But I don't even know what I have to do in a cross-examination. Isn't it obvious? You have to expose the lies in the witness's statements. How? You didn't fire the gun, which means what that soldier said has to be a lie. Well, yes, but it's just a case of proving it. And the key to doing that is evidence. Right, evidence. Oh! All you need to do is present some decisive and indisputable evidence that proves the witness is lying. Now let's go, Ryunosuke. Don't let them beat you. That was a kind of pathetic sound when he slammed the table. Alright then, it's all or nothing. Let's go. He's getting into it though, I like that. Ooh. What in the whistle is now? I was ingesting a regulation beefsteak at the restaurant. Okay, that's not it. How do I... Okay, I can press D and A, I suppose. Myself, I was in... No, we want to look at the... Okay, no. I mean, the baby sound did play, but the obvious one is the... From the back, being shot from the back, which is not true because we have... Oh, wait. I could just present. Oh, I could do it from here, too. Okay. Or, usually they want you to press the witnesses, so you get more information before they let you present. So, we're just gonna press first. Well, actually, you know, I could press every statement. I don't know if you guys want me to do that, if that's a waste of time, or if you want to see all the dialogue. I'm sure somebody will let me know. So, so this black uniform... You're saying that was... moi? Ah, I've had just about enough of your sauce, cadet. Who else do you see around here in a black uniform, huh? Well, well, there's someone standing right next to me who fits the description as well, but... It was you, you little weasel! You unloaded the firearm on that man from behind his back, and you call yourself a citizen of the great empire of Nippon? You disgust me! I do discuss him. Oh, are you looking at me? Oh, okay. What is it, Ryunosuke? I'm not quite sure. It's something that the sergeant just said, but I can't put my finger on it. Something's playing on my mind, huh? Oh, is that Ryunosuke's baby instincts kicking in? What are baby instincts? In that case, check back over the details of the evidence you gathered at the court. I can't get over that look he gave the camera. I'm so confused. And if you find an inconsistency with what the witness just said, then don't hold back. Press the button. Present the evidence to the court. Thrust it in the witness's face and... What? What are you saying, Kazuma? Thrust it in the witness's face and make him choke on it. Bruh. I was on my hands and knees. No! Let's go back. Okay, present. I guess nothing else was needed. A shot in the front. From the front in the chest. Okay, cool. Ha! Take that. Oh. Oh, did I mess up? What? What are you playing at, cadet? What is the... Oh, okay. Oh, wow, alright. So they've never had, like, a legit cross-examination? With actual evidence? Oh, that's weird. Man, this is old. What is the meaning of this subordination? Thrusting some photographic print in my mustache. What a lovely mustache it is. Inconsistency, sir. I mean, yes. He looked down at his hands like, did I just make a sound? There's a clear inconsistency here. It's kind of cute. What nonsense. What can this print possibly tell us that we don't already know? Well, obviously, that, I know what I want to say, but the words just won't come out of my mouth. I think this proves beyond any doubt, Your Excellency, that there is no place for an amateur student here in this grand courtroom. This is so frustrating. Yeah. Oh, please. Surely this does not require an explanation. It couldn't be more plain. To spell it out would be an insult to the court. Hey. Oh, changing music, I like it. Cosma, what? What are you talking about? It's apparent from a single glance at the photographic print presented by the defense that there's a clear discrepancy here with a sergeant's statement. What? Haha. Sergeant Ayesanosa. Yes, sir? What, sir? The statement you just made was this. The black uniformed varsity cadet fired on the English civilian, and from the back, the cowardly little weasel. Yes, sir. Affirmative, sir. I witnessed the crime with my own military-grade eye, sir. But no, that just can't be. And why not, cadet? Because... Take a close look at the print. The victim, Dr. Wilson, died from a bullet wound to the chest. Sergeant, according to your witness statement, the culprit shot the victim from behind. And that is the obvious discrepancy here. Well, how do you explain it? Oh my gosh! What is... Oh, it's a baby! Oh, what is going on? What the... What was that? Something just popped up from behind his back, but he pushed it down again. What's going on? Certainly there is a clear discrepancy with the facts here. Would you not agree, Sergeant Nosa? I love this music. Oh. Yes, sir. At this juncture, that would appear to be indisputable. Until the moment I heard the firearm discharge, my eyes were... Oh. That baby is happy when he tells the truth. Interesting. Firmly fixed on the delicious La Carnival steak, sir. What? The last testimony the court heard has proven one thing beyond all reasonable doubt. This witness, Sergeant Ayesanosa, did not see the defendant firing a gun at all. That's absurd. I think the conclusion we must draw is simple. There is no place for an amateur prosecutor here in this grand courtroom. Get wrecked, Ochi! Yeah! Oh, that's baby right behind him. I didn't see that. There's been a complete turnabout in the mood of this trial just from that one discrepancy. So this is what it's like to be in love. An ace attorney. So this is what being an ace attorney is all about. But I definitely saw him. That university cadet there, he was pointing the firearm directly at the victim's back. But I never fired the gun. All I did was pick it up off the floor. And you, old man, you didn't see the moment the victim was shot either.
Myself, I have already been quite clear. I was on my hands and knees. The gunshot interested me not. I was far too busy on the floor. Going to town.
Too busy on the floor. Sorry, what were you doing? I don't know if I want to know.
Hunting for treasure.
What? Treasure? Oh my gosh.
Indeed! The Hoi Era...
Oh gosh, now I'm just doing... I'm just doing Uchi's voice.
Indeed, the Hoi Era Koban, my prized coin. On each occasion when I visit that restaurant, it is my habitude It is my habit to place in my bosom pocket a particular trinket of interest from my shop, Rasite. We're having a discount.
In the hope of meeting a rich diner who might like to buy it from you?
On the day that, under scrutiny, it was the military man that I proffered my Hoei treasure. Believe that he would purchase such a rare find, I did not, but I was presented with little of alternative. And then, after averting my eyes for the briefest of moments, it was there no more. It simply vanished.
The Koban vanished?
Hunting around under the table, I was in case mayhap it had fallen there. And then it happened. Bang.
You heard the gunshot, you mean?
Indeed I did, but I heeded it not, for I was concerned only with finding my absconded Hoei treasure. Nothing can distract me.
Oh gosh. Out of interest, did you find the coin in the end?
No.
Oh. I see.
That lamentable day, the precious Hoei Koban was lost to me. No doubt, some unscrupulous scoundrel pocketed the prize coin for himself.
He looked away. Interesting. Maybe his baby stole it. As I am sure everyone present is aware, this case demands a swift and decisive resolution. Our government has promised to send a full report to Great Britain by telegraph this very afternoon. Nevertheless, the witness testimony the court has just heard was inconclusive. No matter how subservient our government feels, it must be to the British. It would be unforgivable to deliver a verdict on this trial right now. What is your position, Prosecutor Aouchi?
Worry not, Your Excellency. The defendant may have fled a tiger at the front gate, but he will find a wolf at the back.
Oh, so poetic.
My witnesses have further testimony to make.
Explain.
Upon hearing their next statements, it will become abundantly clear that there is only one person who could possibly have committed this despicable crime. It's despicable me, the equally despicable defendant, Ryunosuke Naruhodo.
What? He really seems to have a despicable opinion of you, doesn't he? Very well, the court invites the witness to testify again, but he's gonna do it on the next episode. Thanks for watching. I'll see you next time.